everyone, and welcome to today's playoff match between the Uxbridge Spartans and the Leicester Wolverines. This is the 2 seed versus the 3 seed today. And Mr. Rubin and Andy Quiros here. I'm Joe Dubois, and we'll be your commentators for today's game. Mr. Rubin, what are you looking forward to in this game?
Well, you're going to see a rematch of a game a couple weeks ago, guys, that was pretty hotly contested. 18-14, the Spartans came away with the victory. It clinched their division championship and in a sense, clinched this home playoff game here today. Raw emotion's going to have to go a long way. You know, you get a team that you just barely squeezed by, 18-14, on the heels of a very good defensive effort in the second half. You know, if you're the coaching staff of both sides, you got to play mistake-free football. And at the end of the day, that's what's going to, I think, when you get two teams, guys, that are this evenly matched and as talented as they are, the team that makes the fewer mistakes tends to win playoff football.
Andy, what are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to see if we can rebound after a tough game last week against St. Bernard's. I mean, we still put up a good point total, but I want to see if we can, you know, not make the mental mistakes that handcuffed us last week.
That's right, Andy. That game was 28-21 loss, but Uxbridge was down 28-7 with about halfway through that third quarter, and came back to score 2 touchdowns and had the ball again with an opportunity to tie it up, but just couldn't get it done.
What were there, 9 penalties last week? I mean, you know, there was a touchdown called back on a penalty that I think most of us would say was a tough one to take, but at any rate, you can't shoot yourself in the foot. And I think that was the difference between the first half against Leicester earlier this season and the second half. And you guys have seen the numbers. They've got some talent.
Leicester coming in at 6-2 was Uxbridge as well. Leicester coming off a big loss last week against Northbridge, but you got to take that with a grain of salt. It's Northbridge. But either way, great game today. Like I said, number 2 seed versus number 3 seed. With the winner of this game will go on to face Northbridge next week.
Northbridge taking care of business against Oakmont, a big win. I think 51-6 was the final. That one has yet to be determined where the next two teams will face off. Could be at Foley Stadium, could be in Leominster. MIA will make a decision on Monday, and you know, the loser of this game will face Oakmont in all likelihood at Oakmont, which is well, you can't get there from here. It's far.
Captains for Leicester. Number 1, Ryan Stanek. 73. Number 73, Casey Green.
Captains are now out there at midfield for the coin toss.
Number 3, Katie Mott. And number 23, Mount Seeley.
Taking a long time explaining the rules of this coin toss, aren't they?
For your Uxbridge Spartans, we have number 3.
Head and tails haven't really changed, guys.
Oh, yeah.
10, Brent Whitlock.
Oh, there's the flip, finally, okay. It looks like Northbridge, it looks like Leicester has won the toss. Getting ahead of myself here, the maroon and white.
They look very similar.
And they're going to receive as Leicester.
I think that's a good decision by Leicester. This Uxbridge offense very high-powered. You don't want them getting out here early and getting a touchdown on you.
Let's go. Playoff football.
It's explosive Uxbridge offense led by quarterback Max White-Cohen. 1,697 yards for second in Central Mass and 22 touchdowns, also second in Central Mass.
MIAA welcome you to today's football playoff game. We ask that you join us, the coaches, players, officials, and all spectators in practicing good sportsmanship in your conduct during today's game. Thank you very much, and enjoy your afternoon. And now if everyone would please rise, men remove your caps for the playing of today's Star Spangled Banner by seniors Drew Abbott and Karen Moriarty.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright
You get goosebumps when you hear a good national anthem, huh, guys?
Oh, yeah.
Nice job.
The weather's actually really nice today, and that, I think, plays to the advantage of Uxbridge, especially because there's no wind and we're a passing offense, so, you know, maybe that will drop back a lot. And White Cohen threw 57 passes last week.
Two
So
away from the Central Mass record for most passing attempts in a game, so wouldn't be surprised if you broke that record today if this weather keeps up.
Well, I think the first game against Leicester, guys, it was up there. It was cold and a little bit windy, but definitely cold. And particularly in the fourth quarter, Leicester was able to really ground and pound, but they held the ball. A lot of it was between the 30s. And when they did get into the red zone, the defense held. It'll be interesting to see who wins that battle between the two lines. Leicester did a very good job in the first half. The defensive line of Uxbridge was solid in the second half, and we're about to kick off for some playoff football here.
Jesse Hanscom is doing the kickoff for Uxbridge. He'll kick it off. It'll be caught by number 4 right around the 8-yard line. He'll return it over to the left side. And he'll be pushed out of bounds right around the 27-yard line. Decent return there to set up this Leicester offense.
the defense comes out today, and last week they gave up 28 points, which is the most they've given up all year. So I want to see how they rebound again and stop this very, very good Leicester offense.
Like you said earlier, Mr. Rubin, this is a ground and pound offense led by running back Malachi Seeley. 120 carries for 851 yards and 9 touchdowns on the year. Definitely one of the top running backs in Swickle. So we'll see how he does today against this Uxbridge defense.
They run out of the double wing. He'll come off of that slot oftentimes. You also got Sam Boma had a nice game against the Spartans earlier this season.
That carry will only go for about a yard there before the Uxbridge defense does a nice job getting up there and taking that running back down.
Hey, watch Seeley coming off of that slot. Again, they run the double wing. Usually it's Seeley, but when he rotates into the backfield, the guy to watch is actually Sam Laviolette, who's come off the field, as has Seeley. He becomes that lead blocker in kind of a power eye type situation.
274 yards for him on the year as well, so definitely another key back in this offense.
This is where they get dangerous, though. They get a couple different guys off, and they go to this pistol formation.
Run goes up the middle. And a good job by Uxbridge to once again get people there and stop that run.
Big third down here. You know, you want to get them a 3-and-out to open the game, so that would be a great start for the for Uxbridge if they can get a 3-and-out to open it.
Down and 6.
Well, 3rd and 6 is not an easy play call.
This team can pass too, though, led by quarterback Nick McKee, who has 535 yards and 5 touchdowns on the year, so not a one-dimensional team.
They rotate a lot of different guys in. Daniel George is in. He'll be the 3rd different running back that they've played. Although, interesting here, might have had somebody shaken up on the field because this is a long, they stopped the clock and it was on a running play, so and now they'll set it again. So somebody must have been a little hobbled coming off the field because that was a long break there, fellas.
This 3rd and 6 by Leicester. Got a player in motion. And
I think
that's
going to be the delay of game.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, procedural.
Motion.
So I think Seeley, he was rotating around in the back. He might have taken like a half step forward. I didn't see any movement on the line. I don't know if either of you have younger eyes than I do.
It was a strange play either way, though. It didn't look like the ball was going to him on a toss or a handoff or anything. It looked like they were just motioning him back there and then snapping it. That's a strange play there you don't see very often, but we'll see if they run it again soon.
I think at 3rd and 11 now, they're forced to pass the ball, and that's not their forte. So we got to keep them in the 3rd and long situations.
And they will do just that, Andy. This pass will go over the head of a receiver right there.
Yeah, he had Daniel George open, and that's one he's going to want back. He was open. He had gotten between the safety and the linebacker, Callanan. I think the safety was Whitlock. He got between them and was open. He just airmailed the pass. You get another look at it.
Here's a replay. I mean, great rollout by the quarterback. And
Uxbridge number 10. Brent Whitlock.
That's the thing. That play action will work, too, once they get those running plays going. Kind of did there. Not as much as they would like it to, though.
He was open.
This punt goes back to Matt Johnston. He'll take it over to the right side. And he'll be taken down right around the 46 or 47-yard line.
Good field position. Uxbridge is going to have a short field with which to work here. You know, you get 1st and 10 at like the 40. Looks like they are going to mark it at the 47. So you mentioned the offense with an opportunity here. You know, when you receive the kick, minimally you want to stay on the field as an offense. Andy, you said it. You want to get them to go 3 and out. They did just that. And now the defense looks at the offense and says, well, guys, now you do your part.
White Cohen has plenty of targets on this Uxbridge offense as well, led by Oliver Sawyer, who's 50 catches, is first in Central Mass, 691 yards is fourth in Central Mass, and his 10 touchdowns are tied for fourth in Central Mass. So,
Joey, it would be interesting to see how they play Oliver. Would they double cover with the safety over top, or would they just play him one-on-one? Because St. Bernard's played one-on-one with Cooper Bigelow, and he actually did a pretty decent job on him. So it's interesting to see how they play him.
And you've seen over the course of the year more attention given to Sawyer leaves other receivers such as Josh Callanan, Brent Whitlock, and Mike Rosa to get more targets.
Well, Callanan had the big game at Leicester, and part of it was, you know, the Spartans did target Sawyer. I think he did have a touchdown in that game. I don't want to take anything away from him, but because they were going double on Sawyer off of that split right, it leaves a couple of guys on this near side left with a little bit more room to operate.
White Cohen will pass on the first play, and he will aim for Sawyer, and he just can't bring that in. He'll hit the ground. First completion of the day.
Incomplete. Intended receiver was
Another thing to watch is to see if we go with the run game early, because against St. Bernard's we had very little run game, and especially with throwing the ball 57 times, there's not much running involved. So, and I want to see if Coach Martellia will have more of a focused attack on both passing and rushing, or if it's all passing again.
Looks like Uxbridge went with 2 tight ends in that formation there, and off will go to Cam Stewart, and he'll only get a couple yards there.
That's a good question, though, Andy, that you raised, because, when you throw the ball 57 times, Leicester's obviously seen those stats as well. They've seen the film, presumably. They're going to know that Uxbridge is a pass-happy team, and, of course, they've played each other once before. So now you try and maybe get a couple of gains early like you did there with Cam Stewart to try and open things up, but, don't have much, and now you got 3rd and long, and it's certainly a passing situation.
White Cohen will take the snap, look towards the right side, throw it to Oliver Sawyer, who can't come down with that pass there. And now Uxbridge will face a 4th and 8, and will send out the punt team.
That was a nice breakup by Dagan Mott of Leicester. It looked to me, and we'll see if Sawyer had it on the way down and it got punched away. I thought Mott did a nice job of reaching in. Pass a little high, he comes down with it, and yeah, he punched it away. That's a great defensive play. Sawyer's got pretty sure hands, but that's a good defensive play by Mott, reaching in, knocking that ball loose.
Hanscom now back to punt for Uxbridge. Very good punt there. And the fair catch will be caught right around the 25-yard line.
It's kind of what you expect, in a playoff game. If this were soccer, we'd be talking about this like the first 10 minutes of the game, where the teams kind of feel each other out, see what the other's going to offer. Obviously, all things being considered, you'd have wanted to see Uxbridge answer a 3 and out with a sustained drive. They go 3 and out, so. And this is shaping up very similar. The first game was an 18-14 game. It wasn't like that one turned into a 42-35 shootout.
That was a defensive battle, actually. More defense than well-executed offense. So.
In the start of this game, looks like it might yield a similar result. McKee takes a snap, and he will take it himself for good about 6 yards there, and McKee can also run. He has 41 carries for 195 yards and 5 touchdowns on the year, so a dual-threat quarterback.
Uxbridge played Cooper Bigelow last week, and he's another dual quarterback like that, and they did a decent job stopping Bigelow other than that one long run. So
he's got a nice hole there, and if he had followed the 78 out to the right, he might have had a bigger game. When he cut inside, Blanchard did a nice job of wrapping him up, preventing that from being first down yardage. Nice tackle.
Run goes right up the middle. Big push right there between both teams.
That's number 23.
You know, I'm loving this battle that's emerging on the inside between number 78, Nathan Power. He's a big boy, just a sophomore, and Hunter Walker, who's no slouch in his own right. That's like the irresistible force meeting the immovable object, and now you got third and short.
We're expecting a run here, but you know they could do a sweep or a reverse that we've seen numerous times from Bartlett and St. Bernard. So.
In that double wing, double tight, you can do so many different weird little plays that are really good in situations like this with a 3rd and 3 coming up.
Or you could spread them out and run it up the middle.
That's keeper.
Looked
He's
like an
going
option
nowhere.
there, and great job by Uxbridge to get up there and take him down.
That was a great defensive play. We reread that like a book.
That was Kyle Sekonic, just did a very nice job of coming over the top of the center. After the center snapped that ball, you see, he never really gets that hole open. Watch what happens. He snaps the ball, and then he's a little flat-footed. Walker just kind of tosses him aside, and that lets Kyle Sekonic reach in, gets right past him, over the top of the guard, loss of 3.
Uxbridge there just plugging up any hole that McKee might have had.
You know, that's Uxbridge's strength, the defense up the middle.
They gave him forward progress for no gain, but it's a punt nonetheless.
Punt goes to Whitlock. Don't see him back there returning punts often, but gets only about a yard there before being taken down for 37.
Stop by number 23.
He's short-handed, so I wouldn't disregard him as a returner.
Well, inside 6.5 minutes left here. Scoreless first quarter, Uxbridge and Leicester. The winner of this one faces Northbridge next week, either at Leominster or at Worcester's Foley Stadium. It'd be really funny, you know, if it were Uxbridge and Northbridge separated by, what is it, about 6 miles? They'd have to drive all the way to Leominster potentially to play.
Be a rematch of last year's Central Mass final as well. Uxbridge lost that one last year, but I'm sure they're out for revenge, but first they got to win this one.
That's number 3, Cam Stewart.
Cam Stewart gets that handoff for about 2 or 3 yards. Be down right at the 40-yard line.
He got a generous spot. I think it's 3, but I think you were right, Joe. I think it was 2, but they gave him 3.
Gain of 3 brings down a second.
Spartans will take it.
We'll take it too, so
Yeah,
second and
sure.
7 now.
I'm trying to be a little neutral. The operative word being trying.
Brent Whitlock down as a tight end here with Josh Callanan alone on the left, 2 receivers on the
He's
right.
got
Cam
room.
Stewart gets that handoff
Great run.
and gets a big gain there.
The blocking was phenomenal on the play. He had huge holes, and if you give Stewart holes with his speed, he's just going to blow right through it.
Was good for an Uxbridge.
Yeah, take a look. When Stewart takes this handoff, the hole is off tackle right. Sekonic does a good job of holding off the one. And you look at you got 1, 2, 3 offensive linemen downfield, about 3-4 yards. That extends the first down of the game. It's 1st and 10 from the Uxbridge 50.
White Cone gives it to Stewart once again,
it's a
and
nice
he'll be
tackle.
tripped up.
Cam Stewart with the carry.
And early, the running game has been more of an issue for Leicester's defense than we expected.
Well, again, you look at those stats, guys. 57 passes last week. You got to have to respect the passing game. It could open up the running game, and it's only going to open up the running game if the offensive line's able to get that push and give Stewart the opportunity to pick up 3, 4, 5 yards at a whack.
I'd say that's when we see this Uxbridge offense at its best, when it is balancing the run and pass. Pressure on White Cohen. Good job by him evading a few defenders, and they'll take him down about a yard short of the line of scrimmage there.
It was Max Cohen with the keeper. Stopped by number 23, Malachi Seeley. No
3rd
gain
and
on the
long
play.
now. I would look at Sawyer or Callanan up top. We haven't tested the cornerbacks really on the deep balls yet.
You see Sawyer. You're not going to see it out of the corner of your screen. Sawyer and Callanan both very well covered on this play, as was Mike Rosa. And as a result, good thing for White Cohen. At least he didn't fumble the ball. It looked like he had it in an awkward spot.
Empty formation here. White Cohen looks over to the left side, aims for Josh Callanan, and good coverage once again by this Leicester defense to knock that ball out.
That's the 2nd or 3rd time that number 32, David Turner, has come up with a breakup.
Brings up a 4th and 10.
And the thing is, these big receivers are looking open out there, but then cornerbacks doing a nice job getting out there at the last second and taking care of business.
Well, and how often do you watch pro football and they're making the contact before the ball's delivered? They're just sitting back just enough. They're step for step with the wide receiver, punching it free, and now the punt.
Another great punt by Hanscom.
Oh, that was a big hit.
Uxbridge is doing a nice job here, winning the field position battle so far. Leicester will start this drive off right around the 20-yard line.
Oliver Sawyer and number 42, Josh Callanan.
Could you please slide over so you know?
4 minutes left in this first quarter and still no score as teams just trading
Leicester
punts.
takes over on their own 20.
What do we got? 4 minutes left in the first quarter. This is an important drive for Leicester's offense. You know, they've now gone 3 and out twice, right? Just twice.
Only one first down combined so far. The defense has ruled.
Little space on the outside there by that Leicester running back, but good job by Josh Callanan getting a piece of his jersey and taking him down.
Stop by number 56,
Malachi Seeley with that one there.
You can see Seeley trying to stretch the defense, and that place and on that play there, it was Callanan just did a good job of keeping his shoulders squared up to him. Here you go. He'll get a look. He comes off tackle, gets between the offensive line and Callanan. Again, you see, just stays shoulder to shoulder with him, and then pulls him down. Waits for the reinforcements.
Seeley has great speed, so you can't allow him to turn the corner. He'll just blow right by you.
Run up the middle there. A good push there to get a couple extra yards, and now looks like Leicester will face a 3rd and 5.
Interior line is playing quite well so far for Uxbridge. Dan Petrillo and Hunter Walker in the middle of that line. That's where Leicester did a good job, occasionally getting through. When they got through, I'm not going to say they made it all the way down the field. They didn't have, I think they had 1 or 2 big runs. But if they get through, Wojciechowski and Walker and Petrillo, particularly in the middle, that's where the middle linebacker, Sikonic's got to come in and help out.
Now Leicester lined up in an I formation.
And they're going to call timeout, I think.
And that will be the call here. Leicester will think about what to do on this 3rd and 5 here. Big play, as you said. Leicester needs a first down here to get some momentum on its side.
Well, they didn't like something they saw. They might have been lined up for one of those runs up the middle, and you saw Sikonic had a pretty good bird's eye view as the middle linebacker. You had Matt Johnston just kind of behind him, so maybe Leicester saw that and said, you know what, we're better off, as you said a few minutes ago, Andy, stretching this defense.
We've seen many different formations from Leicester too. All
we have
run-based formations for the most part, but
we've seen them spread it out wide, but three, 4 wide receiver sets too.
And then the double wing, double tight we've seen, and just that I formation. They do this one too with the 2 backs and McKee back there.
Seeley. I don't think he got it.
He's close, but
I think he needed the 30, and he ran right into Sikonic, who wrapped him up. And
good job by Seeley getting everything he could, though, but still, they will mark it just short.
Yeah, he's short.
Here's a replay.
Yeah, they faked it to the handoff left. Didn't really sell it too well. But he got through, and watch, this is just a great tackle right there. Wraps him up, keeps fighting. It's a good spot. That's the right spot. They're going to go for it.
Wow, this is aggressive.
They play the game, though, like every play's a 4th and 1, just to go up the middle and play smash mouth football. So
maybe they're trying to draw the Spartans offside. I wouldn't be surprised if that were what they were trying to do here. Great second effort.
And McKee will just take that over to the right side, and he will dive for a first down.
They had him. They had him, too.
We wrapped him up, and he just quite eluded us and bounced it outside.
Slithery play. He went right over that 73, the right guard, the right tackle. Now, they actually never did really have him wrapped up. They wrapped up the wrong guys, it looked like. Well, hey, first down, Leicester. You knew it was bound to happen sooner or later. It's a gutsy play call, though, by the Wolverines coaches.
Flag comes out after that play there. It was a gain of about 2 yards on that run play. We'll see what the call is.
There's a flag on the play.
And it looks like the call is a personal foul against Leicester. Oh, contact to the head.
That's an interesting call.
Personal foul on Leicester.
Yeah, helmet-to-helmet contact. Might have given somebody the old slap on the side of the ear. Tried to ring someone's bell, but 15-yard penalty is that's a killer.
And a loss of down, it appears, as well. So now Leicester will look at a 2nd and 25.
And this is probably a throwing down, you would assume.
25.
Unless it's a screen or something short.
Did you guys see it?
I didn't see anything.
So this is one of those where we'll defer to the expertise of the officials. For against Uxbridge, we didn't see it because it didn't happen. But in this case, we didn't see it, but they got
I'm sure
right.
it happened.
Yeah, it absolutely happened.
So now Leicester will line up with this 2nd and 25.
Good second effort.
That fake tricked me. I thought the guy in the
Me
reverse
too,
had
that's-
it.
It was Connor Murphy who made the run. And I was with you. I was following the man in motion on the jet sweep.
Good job by Uxbridge, though, staying disciplined, and they have a better view than us down there on that field, and they saw who really got that, and good job by them not giving up too big of a gain.
Leicester seems to be using the reverse and jet sweeps a lot in motion, so Uxbridge will know that.
It's the end of the first quarter.
End of the first quarter, game is 0-0.
Quarter with your score Uxbridge 0, Leicester 0.
Yeah, that is. That was a fast-moving quarter, wasn't it? Well, you know, you get a little bit of a break here between the two quarters. My presumption, you know, you get 3rd and long. This is where if you're Uxbridge, 3 messages over there in that huddle: no long gains, no contact, and no penalties. You don't want to give anything. You know, you got them back on the ropes. You had that fourth down gain for the first down out of Leicester. 2 plays later, you get them all the way backed up. Now, if you're Uxbridge and you come out of this huddle and you give them this back on 3rd and 20 or whatever it is, 3rd and
25.
3rd and 18, then shame on you. You know, you can't do that. This is where we talk about, have you learned lessons from games played earlier in the season so that the ones in November matter? This is one of those moments. Not one that you'd expect as a big play, but it is.
And this is a double pass here. And Oliver Sawyer brings that ball in.
He
Good
got it.
play there. It looked like could have been a pass interference call against the offense there, but good focus by Sawyer, hitting that ball up in the air and then catching it while laying down on the ground.
That's a big play because now the field position, instead of a punt at the 30, we get it, you know, around the 45, and Oliver Sawyer with a good second effort to get it on the second attempt.
And I'm not sure if Leicester has run this play before and they saw it on film, but either way, great job by Uxbridge not running up when that ball was caught. Good job by them staying back and taking down, staying disciplined and intercepting that pass.
You couldn't see it off of that angle there, but yeah, Sawyer had fallen down because he was shoved, and now 1st and 10 for the Spartans, and tripped up. That's a nice play. I tell you, you got to really like the way this Malachi Seeley plays the game. He's a good two-way player. Every team typically has one of those guys. He's that guy for the Wolverines.
So 2nd and 11 on the 40-yard line for Uxbridge after that run by Cam Stewart is taken down for about a negative yard gain.
Loss of 2 based on where his knee touched down. This is where you need your offense. You know, your defense comes up with a play like that, offense got to do something with it.
White Cone looks towards the right, pressure forced him to the left, and he'll throw it to Oliver Sawyer, and that pass hits the ground incomplete.
Not a good throw. He had him open.
Incomplete.
Should have let him instead of throwing it
Intended
the
receiver.
back shoulder.
He had Whitlock, too, over on the right side, but he never looked that way. You know, just the way the play developed, he was starting to waggle out to the left, and by the time he had set his feet, to throw back across to his right, it's just not going to happen. And give credit to the Leicester defense. 3rd and 12. And what is probably 4-down territory for Uxbridge if they can pick up 9 or 10 yards here.
Here's the trips formation. We haven't seen it much today, but this is usually the go-to formation for Coach Martellio.
And this screen will go to Cam Stewart, and he's got a little bit of room here. And it looks like they took your strategy right there, Mr. Rubin. Now they're setting up about a 4th and 7, and I'd assume that they will go for it here.
Yeah, it was a nice open field tackle by Sam Boma. He was the only man left for the Wolverine defense. He'll get a look. They set up the screen perfectly. They let him in. There's the pass. It's kind of an off-balance pass. And then, one-on-one, Stewart just couldn't get around Boma. And now it's decision time for Coach Martellio. He's going to take a timeout and talk things over, and why not? This is a key moment.
I'll target one of your big-time receivers, maybe on an out or a post.
Frequent routes that this Uxbridge offense uses.
Problem with the out pattern, Andy, is you're on that left hash. And, when you're on that left hash, to throw the ball across the field to the right, particularly when there is a wind, it's blowing from the near to the far sideline, you got to have a heck of a strong arm to do that. And no disrespect to Max White-Cohen, that's a tough pass even to make in the NFL and the Division I college level.
Uxbridge sends out the punt team, though, and I don't know how I agree with that decision there, but Hanscom will punt it.
It's a great decision if that ball gets downed. I don't know if that went out of bounds at like the 1 or the 2. Yeah.
What a punt.
Yeah, that's a great punt. Now that makes that look like a great decision. I think for everybody over here is saying, oh, gee, that looks like it was in the end zone. And that's the old coffin corner punt. He angled himself over to the 4 and got it to drop. That's a terrific play by Jesse Hanscom. That's a senior leadership play right there. You practice things like that. Wow, that's a beaut.
He's making a huge difference in today's game. 3 for 3 with gorgeous punts and pinned them in within the 3-yard line here.
Just about.
Maybe bring the blitz.
That's what Uxbridge should do here if they want to really get aggressive. But I'm not sure. They might stay conservative and just try to get field position back.
I'm thinking back to when I was in college. I remember a situation just like this right after a punt, and they brought the house. We had run a screen, and the next thing you know, 97-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
It was actually a 92-yard touchdown, but I remember it well. Oh, nice tackle.
Right there. Uxbridge didn't really send too many people, and they'll take down that running back after about a 3-yard gain.
Good open field tackle by Blanchard. Wrapped him up down low and didn't let him extend the play.
He gets by Blanchard. That was a big gain because they did have 8 men up, did the Spartans. You see they got 6 across the line. Callanan kind of off on the right there. Yeah, they got 8, 9 men in the box. He gets by Blanchard. Look, there's nobody behind him. I mean, you could say maybe Kyle Sakonic fleshing over to the right, but that would have gone for a bigger gain. 2nd and 8, 2nd and 7.
Run goes towards the left side. And a pretty good gain there. Seeley with that carry.
Stop by number 10, Brent Whitlock.
Well, this has turned into a nice couple of sequences here. If you're Leicester, you're pretty pleased that you get pinned down on the 4, and now you got 3rd and 2. Defensively, you've got to come up with a stop here, and they're running the football. They're not going to try anything too razzle-dazzle. Or they're going to stick with their bread and butter, particularly pinned in down around the 12-yard line.
And 3rd and 2, that's not a whole lot they need to get this first down.
I'd watch a quarterback sneak, though. They went to it once on a 3rd and 1 or a 3rd and short.
But it'll be a toss, and that looks like it's Seeley who gets that. And a big gang tackle by Uxbridge right around the marker. We'll see where they officially spot it.
It's a tough, from this angle, it's tough. I mean, where they give him the forward progress will really determine. Let's take a look. It's the toss left. Johnston gets sealed off on the block.
Still a good job containing him and forcing Seeley back towards where he knows his teammates are.
From that angle, it didn't look like he got it. I mean, from that angle, it looked like he was about a half a yard, maybe 3/4 of a yard shy.
They're calling him short. Let's see the scoreboard says here.
Yeah, they're going to bring out the chain gang. I don't blame them. That's not a bad idea, but from this angle, it looks like the spot's going to be about a length of a football short.
Uxbridge has already sent out its punt return team. Now sending its normal defense back out there. We'll see what Leicester does.
He's short. I should say the spot is short. I don't want to insult anybody who might be diminutive in stature.
Me.
Me too, Andy. It's now with just about 4th and inches here.
Andy, I'm not going to give you a hard time. I'm only going to give you a hard time because of your choice of jersey today. You've gone with the full-out Wolverine maroon. I'm very, very impressed with the gutsy attire call.
Coach Bob Martelli was not too happy with what Andy was wearing today either.
Yeah, he did not approve.
It's because we didn't do an on-camera stand-up. That's why.
It was cold. I needed to wear a sweater.
So Leicester keeps their offense out there on this 4th and inches, right around the 14-yard line. And look for McKee to just take it up the middle once again here.
Oh, he didn't get it. I don't think he got it.
Quarterback keeper.
I'm not sure where they will spot that, but
Oh, he got
Oh, they gave him a good spot.
That carry was good for a Leicester first
looked
down.
like he was right around the marker and then got pushed back. And I guess they thought once he got right near that marker that he got enough to award them that first down without even bringing out the chains.
And no argument from the Uxbridge bench. So, let's see.
it. Hard to tell.
Despite the terrific work by our camera crew, hard to tell from up on high here at Quaker Highway.
Aggressive play calling, to say the least.
Which looks like it's sending the heat here, and Sealy will get that toss to the left side. Matt Johnson with a great play there to take down Sealy.
Sealy with the carry.
Curious as if it might have Uxbridge jumped if they got into the neutral zone.
That's what it looked like there, but we'll see what the officials say.
It would be too bad. It would negate a very nice defensive play, or are they going to say it was a motion? If it's illegal motion, it's a tough decision for the coaching staff. I don't think it's that tough, actually. I think you take the play. You take 2nd and 13.
I would take that down.
Martellio does make that call often, looks like they will decline it, and I'd agree with that call there.
Yeah, 2nd and 13. Why bother giving him an extra try, especially where they've already shown themselves to be a 4-down team.
And the big play potential by the fast running backs, you don't want to even risk it.
Sealy heads over to the sidelines here.
They had 12 men in the huddle. That's going to be another 5 yards.
Flag on the play.
Yeah, you saw Sealy running off the field on this near side, but they had 12 men in the offensive huddle. That's a procedural penalty. They're talking about it, but unless they were calling timeout before it, they're going to pick up the flag. Yeah, they called timeout before, but they definitely had 12 men in the huddle.
Good job by Leicester realizing that, though, because they need every yard here, and 5 yards would have set them back even further.
If an average fella like me can pick up on that, you'd like to believe guys who coach every day could pick up on that.
It's now 6:24 left here in this second quarter. Leicester facing a 2nd and 13. Game is still scoreless here.
Well, you could say that Uxbridge High School as a whole, guys, have Leicester right where they want them. This week, everybody was kind of the cardiac kids. The boys soccer team was down 1-0 here on this field a few days ago against BVT. Won 2-1 in regulation. Scored, 2 goals in 3 minutes?
2 goals in 2 minutes.
2 goals in 2 minutes. The girls soccer team was down 2-1 to Parker Charter School up in Devons with under 5 to play. They win 3-2. Advanced to the second round. They were playing AMSA of Marlborough on AMSA's home field yesterday. That was a pretty exciting game. It was 1-0 Uxbridge for a good chunk of it. AMSA tied it, and then Uxbridge getting the game winner with about 3 minutes to go from Olivia Hicks. So that's why they say play the whole game, right?
This is a pass here for McKee. And that will go for about a 12-yard gain there, short of the first down.
That's the play action pass that can be deadly to the offense.
And that was Boma, who we hadn't seen yet offensively. He's tackled just shy of the first down. That rollout there by the quarterback, Nate Powers, gave him a little bit of room to get open, had a step. And Boma from Powers is good for, like you said, about 11 or 12 yards, and it's 3rd and short, which means it's 2-down territory.
The thing about all these backs for Leicester is that they can all receive out of the backfield too. So you see there, Boma, running back, he can also catch the ball, and look for Leicester to try to use that matchup more often. Sealy gets that handoff.
Malachi Sealy with the carry.
That was good lead blocking by Leicester. He pulled out and it was open in the flat.
It was the number 26 trying to pick it up on this roster. think it was 26. Picked up Matt Johnston coming over the left side, and yeah, that's exactly who it was. That block right there, that gave him the first down. He needed to gain that 15-yard line. Sawyer got over there, but Johnston isn't wrapped up there by the 26.
Daniel George with a great block there is number 26. So,
yep, there it is. I'm glad somebody could pick that name up off this roster.
Toss to the right side now, and Sealy has it. And once again, about a 4-yard gain there.
The more this gets sustained, though, fellas, we're inside 5 minutes already here in the second quarter. We have not seen the Uxbridge offense in a while. And, you know, the last we did see of them, it was 3 and out after an interception. So, you know, you had the hold, you know, the 3 and out rather. You had 1st and 10 at the 48, and you had 1st and 10 at about the 40. Then you had 1st and 10 on the other 40 going the right way. And you haven't been able to generate more than 1 or 2 first downs. And as a result, Leicester stays on the field. It's Boma.
Looks like Uxbridge tried to strip the ball there, but
That's number 6.
looked like he will be ruled down.
Looks like he got the first down.
Right around the first down marker, and yep, they will call that a first down, it appears.
This is Leicester's best drive thus far.
Well, they're already at like 9, maybe 10 plays, but they had a long field.
Yeah, let's not forget they started this drive on the 3 or the 4-yard line and already at the 37. So good drive by them, just eating clock away. And like you said, Mr. Rubin, keeping this Uxbridge offense off the field.
It's difficult when you know you're facing 4 downs instead of 3.
That screen pass there is incomplete.
Yeah, that was great coverage by the linemen of Uxbridge. We knew that was, they saw the screen they were aware.
Brings up a 2nd down and 10.
You know, I can imagine there being some bad places to be on a Saturday afternoon. Underneath Hunter Walker is probably one of them. And look at that. That's like the big splash. Wow. Ouch. That's one you'll feel in the morning.
Yeah, I would not want to get hit by a Hunter.
Hunter Walker was a little mad at me this week, beat him in pickleball in gym class, and I didn't think that was going to happen, but I would not like to be in that situation.
I would really hope not. I'm sure Mr. Catalano would hope
Oh,
not.
yeah,
I don't know,
of course not.
Pickleball gets intense.
It does.
Big fan, big fan.
Run goes up the middle here.
Big stop by Petrillo. That's a bigger play than it lets on between Petrillo and Walker in the middle because, again, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 4, you know you're getting two plays. 3rd and 9,
3rd and 10, yeah.
3rd and 10, you might not be getting 2 plays if you can come up with the stop here. And this is where you now need a stop because this defense has been on the field for a long time.
And they're holding their own. They've been doing pretty well.
Now 3 minutes left in the second quarter, and we know that this Uxbridge offense can move fast, so they'll definitely be looking to stop them right here, right now, and get that offense out there next play after a hopeful punt by Leicester.
Empty backfield.
Pass goes out to Boma on the left side.
He's got it.
And the flag comes out.
Probably a late
That might
hit.
be a late hit on Matt Johnston of Uxbridge.
Yep.
Not a smart play if
Nope.
it's on us.
Sam Boma.
Yep, no, that's absolutely what it is. He was already out of bounds when he made the tackle. And, you know, it takes a 10-yard gain and turns it into a 25-yard gain. I'll tell you, Leicester working on a 96-yard drive here if they are able to go all the way down the field. When you look at a long field and you're able to continue to execute, it becomes as much about momentum and mentality as it does about execution. And right now, Leicester's just executing quite well.
Here it is again. You see him getting out of bounds, and then
Yeah, he's out right there. And
another hit after he's passed the white lines.
Those are the mistakes that hurt Uxbridge last week and that they really can't afford to make this week. But right there, that gave Leicester 15 yards and the ability to keep this drive going. And about 3-yard gain there on that last play for Leicester. 2nd and 7 coming up.
you know, as deliberate and methodical as this drive has been, Leicester's going to start watching the clock. I mean, they've had the ball for about 5 minutes. We'll get the official time of possession at halftime, but they've had the ball for, I would say, a good 5 or 6 minutes, and they've gone 60 yards, and that's fine, but they still have to go another 33, and there's only 2 minutes left in the half.
With all the rushes, it will tick the clock away very quickly.
You can say polar opposites philosophy.
Oh,
Great tackle.
great read by Brent Whitlock. Great read.
By number 10, Brent
Woodlock gets back there to take down that running back there for about a loss of 6 or 7.
That was a great play.
It's what you call a safety key. The safety's job is to just follow the running back. Everybody's got a man. He burst through. His man was 23 the whole way, and that's the man play of the game so far right there from Brent Whitlock. Nice tackle, big play, 3rd and long.
And another thing to point out is the clock is still running. They did not use a timeout, so that play is.
You're right, and Uxbridge gets the ball at the second half. So
Yes.
so right now they're playing, let's get Leicester off the field.
Look for a pass here, and that will be tipped at the line, and Uxbridge now forces a 4th and 12 for Leicester with a minute 12 left in the second quarter.
This should be risky but we've seen them take risks before.
They're going to punt. And the reason why they're going to punt here, guys, is to give Uxbridge the long field. You know, you don't want to take a chance of the 4th and 12. If it's a passing play or even a running play, there's a big difference between Uxbridge having the ball 1st and 10 at the 35 and Uxbridge having the ball 1st and 10 potentially at the 15.
Oh, Oliver Sawyer almost getting a hand on that punt there.
Wow.
And that punt will go in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So Uxbridge will get the ball on the 20 with a minute 5 left, looking to get some points on the board.
That's a fearless play by Sawyer coming off the edge, because if you're going to block a kick, I don't know if either of you guys have ever absorbed one of those, it doesn't feel too good. And he's coming in like a freight train. And he's got to be careful, because if he takes an angle about maybe 10 degrees, I don't know how good you guys were at geometry, but about 10 degrees more to the right,
It's a penalty.
that's a penalty, and that's roughing the kicker.
That'd be 15 yards.
And an automatic 1st down, and Leicester is likely going in. That would have put him in the red zone.
Uxbridge in a spread formation here.
We've seen more spread than anything today.
Cam Butler catches that pass on the right side for about a 5-yard gain.
A timeout.
Timeout on the field.
Not sure why Cam Butler didn't head for the sideline there. Looked like he had enough room to get out, but instead he stayed towards the middle of the field.
I was just thinking the exact same thing.
Great minds think alike, Mr. Rubin.
I don't know. I don't know if the word great, but certainly like minds think alike.
2nd and 5 with 55 seconds left now.
And they're man covering all 4 receivers, so they could be vulnerable to a deep ball here.
That's something Uxbridge loves to throw. We'll see here what they do. Butler gets it once again. This time he'll get out of bounds. Right around the 30-yard line.
So the 4 for Leicester, I was watching on that play, is Nate Powers. He plays quarterback and corner for the Wolverines. He's jamming up Oliver Sawyer at the line of scrimmage. That's his job. Get a hand on him in the first 5 yards, then release in that 5-yard chuck zone, and then release him. But by then, the Spartans have to have gotten rid of the football, because they're working against the clock here with only 51 seconds left in the half.
Oh, he's definitely playing more physically than we've seen any other cornerback play, Sawyer.
In the draw here, Scott Blanchard gets that carry. He'll be taken down after that 1st down.
Hurry it up.
With the carry.
And Coach Martellio wants timeout. The clock does stop to move the chains, but where Coach Martellio huddles up with Max White-Cohen after every play to deliver the play, it's not like college football where you can run that hurry up and you have 2-3 plays in your head on your way up the field because the clock stops. In high school football, it's just not that sophisticated yet. In time, perhaps. In time.
A great run by Blanchard, who we normally don't see in the backfield, but the speed.
Great for situations like this in a draw, and just had all that space to work with.
So 43 seconds left here in the first half. No score.
Let's not forget, Uxbridge has a very good kicker over there, too, in Jesse Hanscom. Obviously, they'd love the touchdown, but getting into field goal range would be good for them too, just to get some points on the board and get an early lead.
Today, Uxbridge has been running the ball very effectively. And more so, actually, the run has been just as good as the pass today.
If not better, I'd say.
Yes.
The play distribution's been probably 50-50, which it was not last week. And
Not at all.
I don't know if it was actually up in Leicester either. I think in Leicester it was, in the game at Leicester, I think it was more evenly distributed than it was the last couple of weeks.
Like we said last week, White Cohen's 57 pass attempts were close to the record for most in Central Mass history. He'll pass it there, and that's a big interception. And that Leicester player has some room, but he'll be taken down right around the 35 there. Great play there.
You don't like to be late over the middle.
No, you don't.
Down by number 51, Dan Petrollo.
That's a nice pick.
Takes over.
That's why White Cohen had that pressure on him there, and instead of forcing that pass, I would have loved to see him just throw it away or
tuck it in and take your loss. I mean,
it is again. He had pressure on him, so he steps up in the pocket and then looks straight at him. Off balance throw. Dangerous, and it backfires.
Yeah, he was trying to force it in there to Josh Callanan.
David Turner with a big play for Leicester there to give them a 1st and 10.
And did Leicester want a timeout, or is there a flag? If it's a flag and it's a dead ball, then it's usually a sign of a false start. Yep, procedural against Leicester.
It's now 32 seconds, and Leicester has a 1st and 15 on the 41-yard line.
The unknown is how good Leicester's kicker is, because we're not sure about that.
I don't know. It's high school football. There aren't many guys who can bang in a 30-yard field goal. There are a few. But even then, if we figure the 30 yards, you say, is his threshold, that means they got to get to the 13. So they're still about 25, 28 yards from attempting what would be a 30-yard field goal. And that's a good boot in Central Mass.
Pass here goes to Boma.
Great coverage by Blanchard.
You see a little chippiness right there after that play. I like that fire that Scott Blanchard is bringing.
Broken up on the play. Broken up by number 4, Scott Blanchard.
Here it is again. Oh, great coverage.
Yeah, it's just good coverage. Both teams, I think, their passing coverages have just been spot on.
Oh, the defenses have come to play today.
29 seconds left now, 2nd and 15 for Leicester. Leicester's looking deep, and they were trying to find Boma once again there, but he just can't bring that pass in. Good coverage by Blanchard once again.
We have not seen him test the deep ball much.
Broken up on the play by number 4.
Might be the first one.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Brings up a 3rd and 15.
Like a couple of Leicester fans were lobbying for a penalty now. That's just good coverage.
That's phenomenal play.
That's just good coverage.
Just with them step for step, and that mattered when the pass came, and good job by Blanchard to knock that out. And now Leicester has a 3rd and 15, 23 seconds left.
No penalties from your defense.
This pass goes for Ryan Stanek there, and good
hit.
job by Uxbridge once again to not give up any yards there.
That's a big hit, but you know the Leicester bench is making a case for for unnecessary roughness, and they've got a case for it. And that's, you know, you like to see the aggressiveness, you like to see the energy, but you know he goes up for this ball, and the ball's already gone by the time the hit is made. See, there's the ball, it's gone.
And like we've said, Mr. Rubin, this Uxbridge offense Uxbridge team as a whole, can't afford to make dumb mistakes like that there. And
they got away with one. From this angle, very close to getting away with one.
Definitely depends on the ref. Definitely could have been called there.
Again, I don't want to put that call in the hands of a guy who's wearing black and white, personally.
So this 4th and 15, Leicester will go for it, and they'll look deep for Boma once again. Scott Blanchard just knocks it up in the air, and that's a good call there. Good job by him knowing that if he intercepts that, Uxbridge loses about 30 yards. So now, since that was 4th down, Uxbridge will start 1st and 10 on the 41-yard line.
Blanchard is the the silent MVP for the defense today.
So now, with 10 seconds left, Uxbridge will have a 1st and 10, and we'll see if they just kneel it here, or if they might try to throw it deep.
Once again, this quarterback's shown he's not the greatest deep thrower.
He's throwing it into double coverage, too.
Was a little risky there by Blanchard, though, knocking it up into the air. Gave Boma a chance to come down with it, but either way, Uxbridge just kneeled that ball. Clock will run out. So at halftime, the score is 0-0. Not much offense so far, but a great defensive battle and a great battle overall. And what are you guys looking forward to in the second half?
The Uxbridge offense needs to sustain a drive. I mean, even though there's a goose egg on the scoreboard, it was a field position game. Leicester had that ball at the 4. They made it as far as the Uxbridge 30. That makes this a field position game. I mean, realistically, if Uxbridge had gone for it, say, on that 4th down and not gotten it, and then Leicester comes out with a 60-yard drive, they've got points on the board. So Uxbridge now has to find a way to get this offense going. They need to have the ball more frequently, and they need to put, obviously, some points on the board.
We've seen some inconsistencies with the offense, and that, again, what Mr. Rubin said, that's the key. Because the defense is holding up their end of the bargain. They're stopping Leicester. And now all we need is that, that one big play to get us over the edge, and then to spark the offense.
Yeah, because this offense, we've seen a few good plays here and there, like that draw by Scott Blanchard is the one that comes to mind for me. Just a great play call, got about 12 yards and a 1st down on that play. And I think just Uxbridge has to have more play calls like that, just things to keep this defense honest. But either way, at halftime, score is 0-0.
And the teams get back on the field, ready to start the second half. Uxbridge receives a kick, and we're looking for some instant offense so far. I mean, it's 0-0. Not many points have been scored. We need some offense, and we need it quick.
We haven't really seen any offense at all so far. That last drive by Leicester and the half got a lot of yardage, but still no points. So score still 0-0 to start off this 3rd quarter.
Uxbridge needs someone to step up, make the big play.
Leicester will kick this one on the ground. Scott Blanchard picks it up, and he'll be taken down right around the 35-yard line.
Interesting strategy. I mean, maybe they're afraid of Matt Johnson or Blanchard returning it, but we do get good field position. But to this point, the field position, we have not made much off of it.
Uxbridge has been winning the field position battle, but as you said, Andy, no points, and that's all that matters. So Uxbridge would love to capitalize here and take advantage of this good field position.
I'm feeling a score in this drive, Joe.
I'd love it. Uxbridge needs to get confidence going because it doesn't look like they have much. We're right there. Mike Rosa with a good catch to start off this drive for about 8 or 9 yards. They'll mark him just short of the 1st down.
Rosa's becoming a bigger part of this offense. Last week he probably had 5-6 targets, and he had a pretty good amount of catches. And he's like the next slot receiver. And White Cohen looks at him over the middle.
And him and White Cohen are both juniors, so they've been playing football together for a while. So White Cohen does love throwing it to him.
We see the spread once again.
White Cohen throws it to Sawyer. Just a little bit of contact there, but not enough to warrant an interference call. So now Uxbridge has a 3rd and 1 on the 44-yard line.
I'd say run it. We gotta run it up the middle and establish a running game.
White Cohen heads back out to the huddle, and let's see what Uxbridge does here. This is a big 3rd down. Leicester's had plenty of big 3rd downs, but Uxbridge hasn't had too many. Leicester's been out there for the most part in this game so far, and Uxbridge's looking to finally get a long drive of their own. And Uxbridge will go from a spread formation into that
the T.
The T formation that they run sometimes. White Cohen will try taking it right up the middle, and it looks like they will spot him short of the 1st down. We'll see what the official spot is.
Oh yeah, not a good spot.
We got hose on that spot.
Not a good spot. I thought his knees were still moving as he leaned forward. I think you got to go for it. At this point, they've done it. You got to match them. You got to match them at least, if nothing else, in terms of the guts.
look for Uxbridge to go on 2 here. They do that very often, more often than most teams, but they'll go on 1, give it to John Sylvia there, and
He got
looks
it.
like he will get enough for a first down there.
Well, Sylvia lost his hat.
Sylvia's made for that play. The short rush plays, he's tough to bring down.
And I don't know about John Sylvia, but there's something about him. I remember last year his helmet came off at least like 3 times or something. I don't know. Maybe he's got to get it tightened up, but right there you see that helmet come off again.
Yeah, he has to come off the field as the MIAA rule. You know, that's a courageous play call. It's an even more important pickup. You need this offense to sustain a drive. I think you guys have already said it, but you need a sustained drive here.
White Cohen looks towards the right side, gives it to Sawyer, and looks like he'll catch that for 4-yard gain.
Keep going with the short passing. That's what worked last week against St. Bernard's. The short, quick passes, and the slants, the outs, the curls.
Well, what Sawyer did there, he ran a really nice route. He ran out about 7 yards, and then he came back to the ball. And it's kind of a curl out pattern. Sometimes you see guys that the problem there is he's not all the way back by the time that ball gets there. So ball's got to be a little bit tighter in towards the receiver.
Good
White
pump
Cohen
fake.
looks deep to Sawyer, and he has him. Yes! By 1 defender, and it's all clear skies from there. He will get in for the first touchdown of this game, and Uxbridge is up 6-0 after that big play there. White Cohen to Oliver Sawyer.
50-yard pass, a little juke and jive there on the far side. Pulls in the ball, beats one defensive back. The other one came over. It's a clothesline special because he was hung out to dry, and you'll get a great look at it here because there's the throw, and watch. It's just on a perfect spot. Sawyer had gotten a step behind the first defensive back. He's already beaten him, and now, see ya. Gets around him. That looks about as poor a tackle attempt as you're going to get. You're going to have to do a better job than that to bring down Oliver. And a chance to make it 7, and Uxbridge is on the board.
White Cohen faked the defense out with the pump fake, and he uses it a lot, and that was a great play designed.
And the thing about deep threats in high school football, a lot of them are just big stiffs who just go out there and just reach up and just bring it down. Oliver Sawyer, farthest thing from that. You saw it there. You saw him bring that pass in, but then the presence of mind to get by that defender and get in for the touchdown, not just going down on the initial contact.
Keep on the gas pedal. Don't lay off.
See, and this is where, you that's what you want. You come out to start the second half. You get that first score. You establish your offense. You get a little bit of confidence. You put a little bit of pressure on that Leicester offense, which now, guys, has gone the better part of the last 4.5 quarters against Uxbridge without scoring. Keep in mind, they were shut out in the second half of the game up in Leicester about a month ago. That second quarter, the last 5 or 6 minutes, they didn't score. So now you're going on almost a little bit more than a full game's worth of football without scoring a point against this Uxbridge defense. The pressure's starting to mount, especially now knowing that you need at least the 1 score to equalize this. Oh,
and that's a great kick by Hanscom there. It's caught right around the 2-yard line, and Teddy Cole with a great job getting up there and taking down the return right around the 12-yard line.
It's not the first time we've seen Teddy Cole do that on special teams. Boy, he's a gunner. You watch it; he's kind of come right out of like a bull out of a china shop. Watch that, and boom! That is just a pretty tackle. That's as if to say to the Leicester guy, "Here, this is how you tackle."
And all these athletes on this Uxbridge team, they don't always get the time they deserve out there on offense and defense, but people like Teddy Cole doing a great job taking advantage of every opportunity they have, whether it's special teams, and Cole with a great job there, setting up Leicester with horrible field position here to start off their first drive in the second half.
Uxbridge had 12 players on the field that time, and we got them off right before the play was snapped.
Good call. I did not see that. Again, it's those young eyes, Andy.
I guess so.
You're trying to impress me because of the sweater. That's what it is. It's the sweater reminder.
I have to make up for it somehow.
Yeah, he started off behind, so now he's got to get back in. 2nd and 11 now for Leicester on right around the 12-yard line.
Taking their time to snap it.
And the toss goes over towards the right side.
Oh, great
And a
team
good job by
defense.
Uxbridge once again to hold that to only about a 2-yard gain.
Stop by number 4,
Gotta like what you're seeing with the lateral movement of the defense, the defensive unit. I was going to say the line, but it's really the entire unit. Watch, you got the pitch comes left. There's Blanchard, Callanan. There's 1, 2. Here comes Whitlock, 3. Fourth guy, Sekonic. They're all shifting over there, and nowhere really to go for this Leicester running attack.
That is Uxbridge's strength, stopping opposing offenses, especially the running game.
Now 3rd and 10 for Leicester. And it will be a pass.
He was
And
open.
right there, that pass is dropped.
Pass falls incomplete, intended receiver.
We dodged another board there. He was open once again.
Yeah, that was Matthew Bruce right there, who was open, but just couldn't reel that ball in.
Another good play action pass, but Uxbridge defended it well. We had 3 guys around him, but
Oh, yeah, 3.
Almost.
You're right. Almost 4.
and he still almost came up with it.
Uxbridge is going to get a short field out of this if this goes well.
And that is not a good,
It's
a
gonna
good
go
punt
really
at all.
Back away from the punt.
And it
there.
backs away.
Oh,
It goes
and-
back too. So Uxbridge will now start off this drive right around the 35-yard line in a great spot to add onto this lead.
Man, with a 14-point lead would be nice here.
I'm sure Uxbridge is thinking the same thing over there.
We gotta stay aggressive. We can't settle for a field goal. I would continue to push the ball. White Cohen looked very good in that last drive, better than he had in the entire half.
And very just confident, and he looked like he was comfortable in the pocket, and just I feel like in that first half he was a little frazzled at all points, just trying to get the ball out as fast as he could, but especially on that touchdown pass to Sawyer, he just looked very comfortable back there, and I'm sure he's going to come into this drive with a lot more confidence. Draw goes to Cam Stewart, gets by 1 defender, and then is taken down right around the line of scrimmage. Maybe got a yard there.
That was 1 broken tackle away from being a big play.
This is where, you know, if you're Uxbridge, you could, it's kind of going to be that shark in the water mentality. You've got the momentum. Stay poised. Use this short field to your advantage. But take it 1 play at a time. You know, yes, you might be able to get a big play and make this 14-0 real quick and drive a nail into the coffin. But, don't get too over-anxious.
White Cohen throws that over to Sawyer, who just can't bring that in right over his head there.
Not the greatest pass. Sawyer was open and just air mails it.
Didn't have enough oomph on it. Sawyer was standing waiting for the ball, and then the ball was passed. If you're going to be in that position as a wide receiver, you watch Sawyer goes out 1, 2, 3. He's already turned around at that point. So you see when he gets there, that ball's going to be zipped into his belly. Otherwise, you're setting it up for potentially the pickoff from that Leicester defensive back, Bruce, on that side. Or check that power.
Another good pump fake.
And what a great pass there that Sawyer brings in, and there's a flag there.
Wow.
That's likely interference. Not sure if that's on the offense or the defense. Really could go either way, I'd say.
That's one of those where I pick it up. I mean, both guys are jostling for position. It's a football game. It's a contact sport. I think it's going to be illegal contact on the defense, and yes, it is.
Another great catch though by Sawyer.
Well, it's what you need, right? It's a playoff football game. Your offense was in neutral for most of the first half. You find your playmakers. You say, hey, we're gonna jump on your backs and let you pull this one home for us. Boy, does Uxbridge have all the momentum right now.
Yeah, 1st and 10 on the 15, and another great drive after we saw them open up this second half with the first touchdown of the game to go up 7-0.
You get a look. There's the pump fake, as Andy indicated, and then, it might have been contact before the ball was thrown by.
I looked at a fade.
Yeah.
And they jumped.
Didn't jump off sides, though, and that
That's a
pass
touchdown.
to it's Josh Callanan. And
Yeah, there he is.
There
There's
he
the
goes.
signal.
There's the signal. Touchdown. Uxbridge goes up 13-0. Max White Cohen's second touchdown pass of the day. And with 5:21 left in this game, left in this third quarter, excuse me, this is a lot different game than it was at halftime.
Didn't take long for Uxbridge's attack to say, hey, we want a piece of this one. And I don't know if Coach Martellio fed them their Wheaties. There's a flag on the play. No. It's a touchdown, yeah.
Yeah, they jumped off sides. White Cohen knew that. Had a quick snap and gunned it to Callanan. That's the awareness by White Cullen there.
So they'll kick, bring out Hanskip to kick. And I'm not sure what Coach Martellio fed them at halftime, but it had to have been, look, your defense is giving you a chance to win this game. Now offensively, let's go out there and make some plays. And they've done just that.
And
5.5
Hanskip makes this a
minutes in.
14-0 game with that extra point there. And now I feel like this Uxbridge team is acting a lot differently than they were just 6 minutes ago. A lot more energy over there on that sideline now.
White Cullen looks very good to start the half. Minus that one poor throw to Sawyer, he's been spot on.
So 14-0 the score as both teams huddle up. You thought Leicester was feeling a little bit of heat after that first touchdown scored at 2.5 minutes. Now, 3 minutes later, so White Cullen now 8 of 15. What's that say, 113 yards?
And 2 touchdowns.
And 2 touchdowns. That was Callanan's first catch of the game, good for 15 yards and a touchdown. Again, eight receptions, so 8 complete passes and about 10 rushing plays for the Spartans.
There's that balanced attack that we were talking about that they most likely are, when they're doing it, they're at their best. So Uxbridge now up a 2-touchdown lead.
To me, the key to this has been that on the offensive side for Leicester, that tandem of both Powers and Seeley have been held to just 27 yards rushing on 20 carries. That right there is, I think, probably the most crucial number of it all. They have the one reception to Boma, but besides that, really, the total offense from Leicester can really be confined to that one 50 or 60-yard drive that stalled out around midfield.
That return there was caught right around the 10-yard line and taken down on the 29.
Fans trying to get behind the Wolverines. They'll break the huddle 1st and 10 from the 29. They spot it officially.
And once again, Uxbridge plugging the middle up there for stopping Leicester for only a 1 or 2 yard gain.
This defensive scheme has just been so good between the tackles. Spartans are really keeping 8, sometimes 9 men in the box, and as a result, there really hasn't been much going for Leicester. However, when they try and spread the field, they're doing a good job of shifting and taking that 7 or 8 man box set and getting them out to the flanks, which is, again, clogging things up.
Great team defense altogether. The linebacking up front.
And again, you're looking at a long time since Leicester was able to last score. The ball on the ground.
Oh, Boma, looked like Boma picked it up, but then was taken down for a big loss. So either way, Uxbridge won on that play. Could have been an even bigger win there with that if they recovered that fumble. But either way, a great job getting up there and stopping Leicester. Now Leicester's looking at a 3rd and 13.
Number 6 fumbled it on the handoff to the reverse, and they were lucky there. They recovered it.
Sean Creighton almost got on that. He was back there, but just couldn't recover it. Either way, though, Uxbridge doing a great job here on defense, forcing 3rd and 13 for Leicester.
You get the sense that how do I say this gently, the wheels are coming off the wagon a little bit.
Starting to unravel.
That's a thing, but in the first half, neither team really did that, but then again, neither team
had points
really
on the board.
had anything going, good or bad. So now Uxbridge is getting their stuff going, and Leicester, as you said, their wheels are coming off.
You knew the team that was going to score first was going to instantly put the other team under duress. Just so happened that today the Spartans are lucky it's them.
And that pass,
nice play.
Great play by Oliver Sawyer to break that up.
That was a nice play. He'd gotten behind Sawyer just a touch. Had the number 1 Ryan Stanek, and Sawyer able to use all of that 6'3", 6'4" frame to reach up and punch that ball away. Take a look.
Good pass coverage, and they have not been able to throw the ball on us. So a combined 1 of 11 from the 2 quarterbacks so far.
Oof.
Yeah, the pass coverage has been very good.
Matt Johnson gets this punt, and he can't bring that in. We'll see who actually got that.
He got it back. Boy, that was like deja vu all over again. Last week we saw that happen against St. Bernard's. I think it was Cam Butler who fumbled a punt, and it gave St. Bernard's very good field position.
That's what got them going last week.
Yeah, it was the difference of the game. I mean, because they scored a touchdown on that drive, and the Spartans ended up losing by 7. There was also that touchdown that was taken off the board, but we don't have to go on and on about that. I think that's one of those that could have very quickly changed momentum.
Spread formation for Uxbridge. White Cohen looks towards the right. Gives it to Mike Rosa, who will get about a 5-yard gain.
Michael Rosa.
You know, this is where Uxbridge could get real dangerous. I mean, it's 14-0. They're starting to complete the ball with a degree of consistency. And when you start to do that, it may actually end up opening the game up for the running game. We've seen that work for guys like Sylvia and Stewart in weeks past because the linebackers have to pay so much respect to these guys when they're going 4 wide.
This time, wow. Risky pass there, but Josh Callanan comes away with it for Uxbridge, and he'll be taken down right around the 39-yard line. That Leicester defender just popped up right there. I really could not tell who even had that ball there.
The one thing White Cohen needs to work on is looking at his secondary reads, because he will look down Callanan, look down Sawyer, and then just like that, risky over the middle.
We have noticed that before, Andy. We have said that just sometimes White Cohen hears the play and leaves the huddle and just knows who he's throwing it to, and that's not a good attitude to have, but worked out for him there.
That's his one flaw.
Well, he'll watch this film and say he meant to do that. That ball was thrown very hard with some great pace. Callanan was able to come up with it, but the other way, again, dangerous.
Sawyer gets this one, and he carries a couple defenders for a few extra yards there.
Uxbridge has changed, Joe. And Andy. They've changed what they're doing on offense. I think in the first half we saw them really trying to establish the run. Here you'll watch. This has been kind of their bread and butter here in the second half. You know, just drop back, locks in. Sawyer's got a 4 or 5 yard halo. He catches. He only gets a yard or two after the catch, but he doesn't need to get much more than that because now you're looking at 2nd and 3.
And the thing that we have noticed about this Uxbridge offense as the year goes on is, yeah, they don't run the ball a whole lot, but they do pass plays like that, just really short pass plays that give you the amount of yardage that a running play would give you. And White Cohen knows it's a free play. He'll look for Callanan deep, but
they're saying the defense reset. I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't like that. I definitely think they crossed the neutral zone before.
They get back. I mean, I thought they went to snap it as quickly as they did because they thought, let's see, 1. Oh yeah, that's offsides. You can see his,
right there.
Yeah, you can see 2 of them. Need the telestrator for us. Circle his foot.
It's now 3rd and 3 with 1:30 left in this third quarter.
Sylvia.
And John Sylvia gets it. He's got a little bit of room,
Good
and
run.
he will get about an 8-yard gain there.
Let me tell you, Sylvia runs really hard. You know, put the shoulder pads down, just chucks forward.
So you guys are younger, so you only know the NFL as a passing league. Every team used to have a guy like that. Every team used to have a fullback. There are guys who made entire careers out of it back in the 70s and 80s. You see, they're bulls. They get through the line. They've got good size. Guys like Larry Zonka and Franco Harris, they made a career out of that. Earl Campbell. And yes, I did just put John Sylvia in pretty good company,
let's
didn't
add
I?
John Sylvia to that list there as he gets that carry as well for about 4 yards.
When I was a kid, it was not too long ago, Patriots had a guy named Sam Gash. He was that kind of guy. He was a great lead blocker. But if you needed short yardage, he was your man.
Like you said, nowadays, NFL is all about hitting 5,000 passing yards in a year.
Yeah, the only true fullback I really root for is on injured reserve, my buddy Jimmy Devlin, and there goes Sylvia.
And he's right around the end zone.
Stumbling,
and he is John Sylvia with a huge run. He gets 3 carries in a row there. And John Sylvia gets his, I believe it's his 5th touchdown of the year. Yes, his 5th touchdown. So, wow, what a sequence there for John Sylvia to add to this Uxbridge lead and make it a 20-0 game.
Take that, Larry Zonka. Watch him. Coming out of that old school T formation. He gets a lead block. Boom, right there. Good block by Stewart. Just pancaked his man. And once he got out to the open field, switches to the left arm, sees a corner of the end zone, and, yeah, you're not tackling him.
And now this Uxbridge offense is going. You can just see Cam Stewart just flying off that line, just with all the confidence in the world. And, as you said, just laid out that kid there. And now Sylvia gets in.
He can move for a big guy.
Yeah,
well, he's a
for
great
sure.
shot putter, I'm told. And guys who are good shot putters, as a former track coach, I can tell you, you got to be quick because you got to get across that circle. It's not just about being strong. And boy, he bowled his way in. And now Uxbridge, not only are they up 21-0 with 3 scores in basically 10.5 minutes, they've taken, this poor Leicester crowd. They're in silence. They are stunned.
As you said, 21-0 now after Hanscom's extra point, and now he will kick the ball off. 24 seconds left in this third quarter.
Setting up deep for return for Leicester.
Sylvia, 4 carries for nearly 40 yards.
23, Malachi C.
Known as a fullback, I mean, that's pretty good yards per carry for
Uxbridge's number 1, Jesse Hanscom.
a short yardage game.
Go back and watch some of those videos of guys like Larry Zonka. You'll see what I mean. They were not small. They weren't built like Dion Lewis. Let's put it that way.
And that kick is caught right around the 8-yard line. And a pretty good return here. Set Leicester up right around the 26-yard line.
With the return,
If you're the defense now, finish the job. You got about probably one play here of this third quarter. Then you have the fourth quarter. Nothing I think would be more validating, I think, in a first-round playoff game than pitching a shutout. Especially against the team that, you had that second-half shutout against a couple weeks ago, but that you really want. I mean, you really, in my opinion, you really want to try and finish the job. A full 4-quarter effort for sure.
Pass here for Leicester. And that's a great catch there. I believe that was Ryan Stanek with that catch, and he's one of the better receivers for this team. 10 catches, 162 yards, and 3 touchdowns on the year for him. And that'll likely be the last play in this third quarter.
Yep, looks like they're going to trot over and count it off, so they'll switch sides, and 3 quarters in the books. The Spartans are in control here, 21-0. To recap the scoring, the 50-yard catch, White Cohen to Oliver Sawyer, and then just a couple of minutes later, after the Wolverines went 3 and out, White Cohen to Josh Callanan over the middle. That was a 15-yard catch, a short field that time for Uxbridge, and then most recently that run by John Sylvia, bowling his way over the left pylon to make this one 21-0. Of course, Jesse Hanscom 3 for 3 with his PATs. For those of you who have him as your kicker on your fantasy team.
The Swickle Fantasy League.
That is such a thing here at Uxbridge.
Is it really?
Yes.
They did a
Oh my
Swickle
goodness,
Fantasy League.
that is terrific.
I think Oliver Sawyer was
Is it a salary league or is it a?
I
think
hope
so.
not.
Oh, I sure hope not.
Oliver Sawyer went
there's
second pick.
No players involved.
no
Let's make that clear.
yeah,
no
no-
players involved. Completely legal game.
No gambling. No gambling.
No, not at all.
All right, first play of the fourth quarter. Almost picked off. Oh, did he get it? Did Cam Stewart get it?
Did he get his feet down?
I think it hit the ground.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I think a ball hit the ground.
Say on an interception, you see those sidelines getting fired up. I didn't see that there.
I just don't want to have to put Mr. DeMeglio on any gambling investigations on Monday. That's all. That's all. Just keeping it real here, folks. The MIA might be listening. That's all the first-year principal needs is a fantasy football scandal. All of a sudden we become code breakers.
That pass is caught by Leicester player right there for about a 8-yard gain.
It was Bruce.
Matthew Bruce there.
Third down and
I
3.
gotta be honest. That last couple of passes, was it you or is it me? Did it seem like Leicester was throwing the ball into like 1-on-6?
It's a good feeling to have if you're an Uxbridge fan right there. Yeah, like you said, just Uxbridge does feel like they do have a lot of people at every spot.
That was the biggest run all game for them.
It's a good run. I got through, and because Uxbridge was thinking pass, they had 5-6 guys back, and was able to get through those linebackers. And
That was number 22, Sam Laviolette with the
so
catch.
Laviolette with the
That carry is good for Leicester first down.
first down run.
It's really the first time the Uxbridge defensive line has been beat up the middle. For the most part, they've played a very solid game.
They've only got 3 down linemen. They've gone away from the 4 down linemen to to the 3. Well, they usually only play the 3 now that I think about it.
Oh,
And a good opportunity there for Uxbridge to get that ball back, but either way, no catch for Leicester, so now 2nd and 10.
Northbridge football here scouting for potentially the next week playoff duel.
Winner of this game does face them, so
I would venture a guess that both of these squads, Uxbridge and Leicester, made an appearance last night at the Oakmont Northbridge game.
catch by Stanek there, gets another few yards for Leicester.
The Northbridge Uxbridge games are always a battle.
Remember last year, like we said earlier, that was the Central Mass final last year. I remember it snowed that morning, and it was had all the makings of a classic game. But
Little different than this year
yeah.
with the 70-degree weather.
I'd say it's very unlikely it's snowing next week. But
I'm new to the circus here, so is it going? If Uxbridge hangs on to win this game or puts this game away, that's going to be very close to first down yardage for La Violette. Does playing Northbridge before Thanksgiving undermine Thanksgiving?
yes,
Yes.
I'd say last year for sure it
Yes.
definitely undermined Thanksgiving, which is a shame because Thanksgiving, at least when I was growing up, I remember when my brother played, playoffs were after Thanksgiving, so Thanksgiving mattered. But now Thanksgiving with the new playoff format doesn't matter a whole lot, and that's too bad because at least for me, growing up watching those Uxbridge Northbridge games are always very competitive and affected the playoff landscape.
I guess to me, I guess there's a part of me that's like you get to have your game against your arch rival twice, which happens in some of the other
Yes.
sports, and he was stopped short. And Uxbridge is going to get it back 1st and 10. I'm just curious about it. I understand why they went to the new playoff format, and I actually kind of like it. You saw a lot of teams that were alive in the playoffs because they had to play a game on Thanksgiving, then the Tuesday after Thanksgiving, and then the Sunday following that. They'd be playing 3 games in 10 days. That's an awful lot of football. Probably not the safest thing in the world.
Last year, though, Uxbridge did almost ruin Northbridge's undefeated season on Thanksgiving. Close game, but still, like we said, obviously it would have been an honor to ruin their undefeated season, but wouldn't have affected playoffs at all.
Yeah, Abington ruined their perfect season, I
Yep.
believe. Ball's out.
I believe John Sylvia carried that ball, and he just came out before he went down with it. And they will rule that a fumble down on the field. And Leicester will recover that and take it out right around the 10-yard line.
Leicester takes over on the Uxbridge 9.
Let's see. It was Sylvia.
It looked
Bulma-
like it was a clean fumble to me.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty close, actually, but
I don't know if we have conclusive visual evidence to tell Coach Martellio to throw the red flag, but
Let's go to New York for the replay studio.
they don't like us in New England. I'm told.
that
That's a nice
pass, I
catch.
believe that goes to Stanek. And looks like he will bring that in for about a 2-yard gain.
That was a pretty good catch. The ball was thrown wide. And
Yeah, the ball was thrown like a dying quail, and he somehow found his way over to it.
Short gain on the play.
8.5 minutes left now. Uxbridge up 21-0 after that 21-point third quarter.
still hoping for a shutout. Gonna have to play some stingy defense if we want it.
It's funny. The defense had a similar sequence to this in the game up at Leicester. The only difference was the game was riding on it. Right now, it's just the first score riding on it.
That's a good job by that Uxbridge defense, just forming a wall and not letting McKee get by.
You see, now you're at 4-down territory. It's 3rd and goal from probably the 8, maybe the 7, 9, 8, 7. Yep, that would be the 7. See what happens when you spend as much time away from math as I do. So there are people watching out there going, and this guy's going to try and build a budget? Heaven help us. I'll have it figured out by then. I'll have Microsoft Excel going, so I'll be good.
Leicester's still taking their time here, and I think they've got to start hurrying up soon if they want to get back into this game.
Nice play by Oliver Sawyer. Very nice play by Oliver Sawyer. I know Sawyer's, a very skilled wide receiver, and I don't want to take. He's almost
Brings up a 4th down.
made more impressive plays today from the defensive side of the ball. He has a pick. That'll probably be his third breakup. Certainly 6 or 7 passes defensed. That's a nicely done there, getting his hand in at the right time. A second earlier, it's illegal contact.
Coach Martellio said before, like, you don't see many cornerbacks that are 6'4" out there. So with Sawyer with that size going against players like Stanek today, who probably has just about the same size as Sawyer, he's got an advantage on him.
4th and 7, I'm assuming a passing situation.
You would think. I mean, I think that's what they're talking about is, do they want to try to get Malachi Sealy going? I mean, it's a risky venture. You haven't done much well in terms of your passing game, so, your running game, it's been bottled up most of the time. So I'm with you. I think he's going to have to throw the football. And coming out with the 2 wide right, 2 running back shotgun set with a man in motion are the Wolverines.
It's play action pass. And that's a good catch there.
That should be offensive pass interference.
That's what you see a few Uxbridge players saying.
Yeah,
That's too bad. I was looking forward to a goose egg.
Oh, Matthew Morrow, big target out there for the Wolverines. You'll get a look here. He comes off, he's the tight end. He comes off the left side right around Sylvia, sets his feet, there's the throw, and from that angle, let's see if we could see him bouncing off. It's going to be on the left side. Yeah, you see Kyle Zakonic, the captain, looking there and saying, that should have been offensive interference. You see Josh Callanan lobbying for it. Here's the 2-point conversion. Now they'll get a defensive flag, of course.
And I don't know about that. I think that was a clear play for the ball there. And
I don't think it was a catchable ball. So,
on that last play, I saw Josh Callanan getting a stiff arm from the receiver to get him out of the play.
I can't blame Leicester, though. I'm sure they're just trying to do anything they can to get points on the board, but still the refs have to see that and call penalties if penalties are happening.
Being a referee is harder than it looks. I know from experience.
Well, they'll get another crack at it. Half the distance to the goal means Leicester will go for 2.
I formation for Leicester. Receiver goes out in motion. And the running back will get it right up the middle. And a good push by Uxbridge there, and they will stop him. So the score is 21-6 Uxbridge.
We got to be aware of a comeback, because if you remember last week, we were down 28-7 with 1 quarter remaining, and we put up 2 more touchdowns and made it a ball game. So we can't get overconfident here.
Well, you make a good point. I think the difficulty in that is that you got to try and move the chains. The easiest way to move the chains is with your running game, which is what they were trying to do before Sylvia's fumble. You obviously need to run the football. And for a passing team, if you're going to keep passing, you're going to take those high percentage passes between or around the hash marks, so when they're caught, regardless of what happens, the clock continues to run.
The band looking great today.
Sounding great, too.
Yes. Led by Miss Penza, as always.
They got an eclectic group of songs this year.
And the cheerleaders, once again, showing support. It's a new program. We haven't had cheerleading here for a while, and they're doing a great job.
Well, they can spell. We know that. They could dance out to the YMCA, which
the English teachers approve.
Yeah, hey. I like when they have songs that tell you what to do. It takes all the.
I know what you mean. Can't think of an example now.
Well, they do the time warp too. Do the band.
And that onside kick there, we'll see who comes away with it. But
I think
it's a pretty good onside kick.
Yeah, Uxbridge has it. Yes. Yeah, they do the time warp too. That's also a song. Does the band. Mike Rosa recovering the onside kick. It just didn't hop quite enough. When you take an onside kick, you want to almost come across the top of the ball like you're passing a soccer ball, so you can get it to go end over end and like a helicopter against the ground. So then it'll take that big hop. But Rosa was able to cover it.
And good job by Rosa being aware too. Leicester can't touch it within 10 yards, so he waited until it passed that 10-yard mark, and then he got up and picked it up. White Cohen will take it now out of the shotgun. He'll pass it. He'll give it to Josh Callahan. Good job by him staying in bounds.
Oh, smart play by
And
Callahan.
he'll be taken down after about a 7-yard gain.
Well aware of the clock, and they need all the time they can to be ticked off.
It's ticking down to about 7 minutes left here, so we're about 4 minutes into the fourth quarter. You'll see when White Cohen locked in on Callahan, here's the throw. He catches it. He's curled back toward the inside, dances past 1, 2, and then it's the third defender in who finally is able to pull him down.
That was his second catch of the game. The first one, of course, went for the touchdown to put us up 14-0.
Now 2nd and 3. White Cohen with a draw hands it off to Cam Stewart, and a good job by that Leicester defense getting up and taking Stewart down for a loss of 1 there.
Stop by number 23.
Slow developing play.
Yeah, I was actually surprised to see him hand off. I thought they were going to pump fake and then bring it back in and maybe the double play action, if you will, but good job by Seeley to watch Stewart all the way in. I'm going to go on this is kind of an important play here. You want to sustain a drive. You want to maintain the possession.
And on this 3rd and 4, White Cohen rolls out to the right side, gives it to Callahan.
Stewart picked up a big
And
block.
Callahan gets enough for a first down.
Yeah, he was trying to dance on the sideline.
Either way, he got what mattered there. So
Yeah, he was trying to stay in bounds to keep the clock going, because even after they moved the chains, the clock remained stopped because his heel stepped out of bounds.
And the blitz came right down the middle. Stewart got rid of the blitz, and that was a big play to give White Cohen the time necessary to complete the pass.
Yeah, good read.
1st and 10 for Uxbridge on the 41-yard line with 5:48 left in this fourth quarter. Josh Callahan catches this one.
It's his 3rd catch of the drive.
The man of the hour.
Pass complete again to number 42, Josh Callahan.
Callahan's climbing up the leaderboards in Central Mass in both the yards and catches. I mean, he started off the beginning of the year a bit slow, and ever since then, he's been a man on a mission.
Like we've said, though, it's the Sawyer effect. Once teams start doubling Sawyer and just keying in on him a lot more and then just taking focus away from the other receivers, opens up holes for Callahan, like we saw there, to get catches. And that snap is fumbled. Good job by White Cohen just diving on that and holding possession for Uxbridge. But still a big loss of yardage there. Now Uxbridge will face 3rd and 14.
3rd and 14.
Leicester will call a timeout here. They know how big of a play this is to, they could get this ball back here.
3rd and, you said 13, 14?
Maybe a screen, a wide receiver screen, or a screen to Stewart. It would keep the clock moving, and it's not a high-risk play.
We saw a lot more wide receiver screens last year with Pat Berthollet and Cam Gallagher. This year they don't really have such a shifty receiver as those two were, so we don't see many wide receiver screens, but they do like to dump it off to Stewart in the flat and see what he can do with it every once in a while.
I actually like to think this could be one of those over-the-middle to Mike Rosa plays. We've seen that work a couple times over the season, and it's not what Leicester may be expecting.
That pass goes over to Oliver Sawyer, and a good defensive play by Leicester there to break that pass up.
They're going to punt. Yeah, why not? Take a chance downfield.
Hanscom has been coming up big with the punts. We could pin him in again.
You'll see, again, looks, check down a couple receivers. Tried the pump fake. The defensive backs weren't buying it. The ball might have been just a touch. For a second, it looked like it might have been underthrown. Then it sailed. And, again, just an incomplete pass.
That was good coverage to
Yep, very good coverage.
cover Sawyer.
Hanscom's punt doesn't have a whole lot of arc on it. It is fumbled.
Uxbridge
And it looks
football.
like
Uxbridge has it.
Yeah, Oliver Sawyer with a great job diving on that ball. And with 4 minutes and 41 seconds left, Uxbridge has the ball up 21-6 on the 22-yard line.
You talk about silent MVPs. I mean, I think you made a good point about Scott Blanchard in the first half. But Jesse Hanscom's very quietly had a very, very nice game, both punting and kicking. I mean, in a game like this, take the 3 extra points off the board, and it's a 2-score football game.
And in this first half, especially, we saw it was all field position.
Yep.
That was the whole thing in the first half.
Very
Now,
quietly. Is that a, what is it Bill Belichick says? You got to win all 3 phases of the game?
and Hanscom would agree with that, I'm
you
sure.
think about the special teams. Teddy Cole had that nice tackle.
Sawyer there with tapping on that fumble.
Fumble return, yeah. I mean, the fumble recovery.
The special teams has come out large for us.
John Sylvia gets this carry once again. And boy, is he having a game.
I love Sylvia running the ball.
He is just a bull, I'm telling you.
He'll be marked just short of the first down, right around the 14-yard line, after that 9-yard gain.
There was a guy who played for the New York Giants when I was a kid, Otis O.J. Anderson. He ran very similar to this. You know, little slow developing, waited for the blockers, had a really good line in front of him. John Riggins was like that for the Redskins. You know, didn't have the best speed, had enough speed, but not the most speed, but was just so hard to bring down. And here comes the T formation again for Sylvia.
Oh, good spin there to get off one defender.
Yeah.
You don't usually see the fullbacks busting out a spin move. He got that right from the discus circle.
That's his 6th carry for about 50 yards. He's been our best running option today.
That carry was good for an Uxbridge. First down.
You want to try and hammer it home now. If you're Uxbridge, it would be the nail in the coffin.
Here's the spin move again.
Does a little pirouette. Talk about those dance moves, guys. You know, YMCA here. This is nimble. Just comes around and whoop, there he goes.
The feet of an angel, of a dancer.
John Sylvia with the carry.
Sylvia gets that one as well. Only about a yard there.
Stop by number 23, Malachi.
I'm gonna test your religious training. Which angel?
Couldn't tell you.
All right.
And number 26, Daniel George.
See how much primetime TV you watch. Which dancer? Couldn't tell me that either.
Pick one anyway.
I'm not a Dancing with the Stars kind of guy. Sorry. Hopefully this isn't going head-to-head on whatever night that's on in prime time. Tell you what.
I think we'd win that ratings battle. I
that.
think we'd come away.
Yeah, probably.
We get better ratings than Jennifer Lopez.
Sylvia gets this one as well on that 2nd and goal on the 6.
John Sylvia
That's because they're not putting us on camera.
Yeah, that's why we're losing. That's what's keeping our ratings down.
That's it.
In my sweater, especially.
So Leicester taking time out, and we should probably take a minute to thank our fantastic crew here. Hey, Joe?
Well, we'll thank our camera people first, Cameron Clark, Kaylee Olson, and Jim Hogan. Thanks to all of them, and bigger thanks to Barry Giles, our director, and we couldn't do it without those guys. And also Joe Dubois. I'm here with Mike Rubin and Andy Quiros. Big thanks to them as well for coming out. And thank you to Trevor Rafferty for doing our stats today.
I got to be honest, this is the first high school game that I've done in a long time with the replays and a stat crew and the whole bit. And, you know, people ask me all the time, what am I learning about working in Uxbridge? And every once in a while I learn something new that just makes me even happier to be here.
We're happy you're here too, Mr. Rubin.
You know, hey, you're just kissing up in case you come in late, right?
No, not at all.
Just kidding.
You add to the broadcast.
Hey, I'm trying. Every now and then a blind squirrel finds an acorn. Remember that.
2 minutes and 45 seconds left in this 4th quarter now. Uxbridge facing a 3rd and goal on the 6.
Give it to Sylvia again. I want to see him get a 2nd touchdown.
Oh, they're throwing it. Sawyer's open.
White Cohen tries to get by that one defender, but he is taken down. And now Uxbridge is facing a 4th and goal right around the 14.
That play worked in Millbury. We had three fullbacks lined up, and we did a play action, and Caroline came across the middle, and we hit him for a touchdown.
Yeah, you'll see there's time here. I think if you look at the left corner of the end zone, that's where he's looking the whole way. And he just wasn't able to throw it. He maybe was thinking back to that interception from the first half where he tried to force one through a seam. Leicester wants time out here, and maybe futile at this point with 2.5 minutes left here, 4th quarter, 21-6. You're staring down.
I try a field goal.
You know, it is. I guess it is still technically a two-score game. if you're kicking a field goal here from the 12, it's about a 30-yard, 29, 30-yarder.
I'd say see what Hanscom's got. We haven't seen him. I don't think we've seen him kick a field goal all year. And
Last year he kicked a couple.
Here's my only question on that is it the, it wouldn't matter, it would be a touchback. I was going to say sometimes when you get out beyond the 20, in I can't remember if it's in college or in the NFL, that it's if you miss the kick, the other team takes over from the spot of the kick. All right, so in college it's the line, we've been told by the official up here, it's in college it would be the line of scrimmage. So there is nothing lost potentially by kicking, except here with 4th and goal.
Well, they have to go for it regardless, so.
Yeah.
Mike Rosa goes in motion for Uxbridge.
He's open.
White Cohen rolls out to the right side. There is a flag down. Cam Stewart gets the catch on the left side.
Rosa was open.
Pushed out of bounds.
I think Rosa might have been moving forward before the ball was snapped, in which case Leicester will decline this penalty and take over on downs. Yeah, illegal shift.
Penalty was on Uxbridge.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wolverines with inside 2.5 minutes and starting at the 6, which is just about their worst field position of the day. They also started from the 4. That one in the second quarter. They went about 60 yards in 5 minutes, but the drive stalled out around the 40. And Max White-Cohen got picked off. But Leicester went the better part of almost 6 full quarters without scoring against Uxbridge. Oh, that's a face. No.
Matt Johnson got over there, and
I thought he had him by the face mask, but it was the shoulder pads. Looked worse than it was, right?
either way, ruled a clean tackle after about a 2-yard gain for Leicester. And now approaching 2 minutes left in this 4th quarter. Leicester has a 2nd and 8.
You know, one thing we haven't mentioned, we've thanked a lot of people, but what a great crowd was here today. I mean, just an absolutely terrific crowd.
You've seen it build each and every week.
You know, it's great to see the other student athletes, some of whom had their seasons end yesterday. The soccer team and the field hockey team saw their seasons end in the state tournament yesterday, but they're out here supporting their classmates and their teammates. And, you know, shaking off the cobwebs of the SATs this morning for many students to be out here enjoying the afternoon. A lot of folks from the community. It's just great to see. It's great to see a long line at halftime over at the concession stand, and you know, folks supporting the school in so many different ways from both towns. I mean, folks making the drive down from Leicester as well.
A lot of Northbridge parents here even to scout for next week.
Oh, I'm sure. They used to call those folks that really just like the smell of grass on a Saturday.
Great tip.
Yeah.
Batted down by Uxbridge's number 22, Corey.
And there's Corey Moss, another player that, like Teddy Cole, who's really good, but just...
They're going to call Moss for excessive celebration. They're going to call Moss for excessive celebration. I saw a flag come in late.
That's too bad if that's a call there.
I think that's what it is. They're just from the... No, a delay of game.
That's
I was going to say...
That flag did come out late, so...
Was...
That was an odd call how the delay of game came out late.
Was, I guess I'm wondering if something happened after the play was over. You know, like if a player kicks or throws the ball away. Yeah, if the ball's down and a player comes by and kicks it in anger, that's where a delay of game gets called.
It's now a minute and a half left.
Oh, dear.
And there's a screen pass here, and that cannot be caught.
We had 3 guys pressuring on that.
If Matt Johnston had another half a step, poor Nicholas Mackey, the quarterback there, he'd have been smushed. That's the technical term. You can use that verb in your AP exams.
My AP
Smushed.
Lang. I
Yeah,
will.
use that in AP Lang. You could tell Miss Gilmet
I will.
that I said the verb smushed was...
I recall on Friday you were teaching.
I was teaching a little AP Lit. It was on
Yeah.
Thursday. Yeah, it was nice to be back in the saddle. I hadn't taught a class in a while. Big sack! TJ Kindle coming off the edge. Speaking of smushed.
And
Wow.
he's another player, just like Corey Moss and Teddy Cole, that really good athletes, but just so many good athletes on this team that they don't always get all the playing time that they deserve. But
Just
Judy's
a
again.
sophomore. Wow.
Right
Gets
down the
through,
middle.
and pow! He never saw him coming.
Big hit. Kindle's a good player. We've seen him break a big rush and
two big rushing touchdowns that he's had for like at least 50 yards on each of them.
Well,
he's gonna be a good player.
Leicester's going to use their final timeout, it looks like here, fellas.
Minute 23 left. And I'm sure they just want to go away with some pride in this game. They've had a great season, no matter what, no matter how you cut it. I think it's safe to say Uxbridge will come away with the win in this game and improve to 7-2. But Leicester 6-3 with 2 of those losses coming against Uxbridge and the other one coming against Northbridge. And like we said earlier, those two teams will face each other in the Central Mass Final. So those aren't bad losses to have on your schedule.
No, and Leicester will move on to play Oakmont, who not a Westminster Ashburnham, up just north of Worcester. I think they play in the Dual County League, maybe?
It's always fun to play a playoff game at a neutral field site. It raises the stakes, I feel, because...
Yeah, we're not sure. They'll announce on Monday. A lot of it has to do with the fact that Doherty, who's also in the playoffs, lost to Holy Name, but Holy Name also would use Foley Stadium.
This pass?
No, smart
just
play.
batted down by Jesse Hanscom.
Smart play by Hanscom to just bat it down because, again, the Spartans will take over 1st and 10. I would guess we'll see the victory formation. Max White-Cohen will take a couple of knees, and the Spartans will be moving on for a date with Northbridge in the finals.
That'll be fun.
And there was some talk between these teams coming into this game. It was very highly anticipated game, 2 seed versus 3 seed. Playoffs, and Uxbridge did come out today, not at first, but in the second half they showed what they're capable of, and will come away with this win today.
Yep, there's the victory formation.
Much better performance, I think, this game rather than last time we played Leicester on the road. I mean, last time we gave up 14 points.
Was it 18-14? But
yes.
it was the shutout in the second half. I mean, the Spartan defense played so very, very well in that first game. They're going to be riding into next week with a lot of confidence. And I think if you're Coach Martellio and you're focusing on your first of 2 against Northbridge, and you're the Spartans and you're focusing on first of 2,
well, we want to win 1.
Just play the game. That's all you got to say. Just play the game. You've got your confidence to get this playoff victory here in front of your home field, in front of your home fans on your field. To the victors go the spoils, and they'll line them up, and the Spartans are moving on.
What a game. What a second half performance.
So as the clock runs out, Uxbridge will officially take this win 21-6. And what'd you guys like in this game today?
Defense, defense, defense. It wins games. Defense wins games. Good special teams. Hey, as Coach Belichick says, you got to win all 3 phases of the game. And that's what the black and orange did today. Nicely done.
Andy, what'd you like?
Uxbridge was led defensively, as Mr. Rubin said, by Scott Blanchard. He had 9 tackles, alongside Dan Petrillo and Kyle Sakonic, who had 4. And great contributions all around to stop the running game. And they had a very potent running attack, especially with their leading rusher, who had, 900 yards coming into the game?
Just about, yeah. And so many key players on for each team today. But Andy, if you had to give an MVP for Uxbridge, who'd you give it to?
See, I would point the MVP more towards John Sylvia, because as soon as he came in the game, started running the ball, this is a whole nother ball game.
Mr. Rubin, who'd you say?
It's hard to say. There are a lot of little things. I thought Blanchard did a good job of setting the tone. In a lot of ways, very silently, Dan Petrillo and Hunter Walker on that defensive line, along with Sam Wojciechowski, 3 guys whose names we didn't call a lot, really made this go, both from the offensive line standpoint and the defensive line standpoint. And sometimes there are guys who don't show up on the stat sheet that are doing the little things that deserve mention.
And all those guys that you just said, along with Max White-Cohen, had a heck of a game playing quarterback for Uxbridge. And my choice for MVP, I'd give it to Oliver Sawyer. We saw him receiving the ball, having a great game, and as we said, also on defense, a very good two-sided player. And I'd say quite possibly had a better defensive game today than offensive.
All-around great team win.
Well, that's why they give out 3 stars in hockey, guys, because nobody can really ever agree. So there you go, folks. 21-6 the final. Uxbridge huddles up.
I'm Joey Dubois.
I'm Mike Rubin.
I'm Andy Kiros.
We'll see you next time on UCTV.